Welcome to stage 4 of the MacLehose Trail. Here at the start, ready for a good long run up a lot of hills today, but it's a beautiful day. We'll take in some amazing scenery. At 12.6 kilometers, the MacLehose Section 4 goes from Sai Road over to the Gilwell campsite. Along the trail, you gain about 1 kilometer in altitude. The beginning of the trail can be accessed by bus. The bus stop is just along there for the 299X and the 99 bus that go on their way to Sha Tin if you're coming from Sha Tin area or Wukaisha. The start of the run is on this forest road, which is actually quite nicely shaded, especially this time of the morning, so it's a good chance to run a few of the first kilometers to save some time for the later bits that have a better view. Hi. About 2 kilometers into the run or into the hike, you'll see this viewpoint, and this gives you a good idea of what to expect for the rest of the hike. This is Mountain Shan, Horse Saddle Peak. So 3 kilometers in, and it's going well so far. The path is really flat, nice and shaded, very tranquil. And then we've come to this point, and it's going to be all uphill from here. I'm going to be exhausted when I get to the top. We're 4 kilometers into the trail now, and we're at 400 meters in altitude. We basically started about sea level, and if I can adjust the camera, behind me you can make out the hills of the Sai Kung West Country Park, where the stages 1 to 3 are. This is the first real viewpoint that you can get from there. The trail comes up here through a narrow little pass between the two mountains, and at the top you've got this wonderful view, and the wind is actually really nice and cool. Makes it feel very comfortable, but of course the sun is pretty intense up here, and it's pretty hot. You can see the rest of the trail over the coming hills. The last hour going uphill was really intense and tiring, but it's worth it when you come and see this view and look ahead to the rest of the trail. Is basically on top of these mountains. It's going to be fun. On the map, this section looks quite intimidating with Pyramid Hill and all these mountains like looking so high, but actually the trail goes behind the hills, and it's actually quite a nice foresty track. Also, we're joined by these buffaloes, which are pretty chilled out, and it's really interesting to see. Wasn't expecting to find that up here. You might get the impression that on top of this mountain is very exclusive, only for the people who brave it enough to come up here. But actually, there's loads of kids up here flying their kites, people walking their dogs. I even saw a little tricycle. A lot of people are making their walk up here because it is such a worthwhile experience. MacLehose Section 4 goes over a mountain range really, so that means there's a lot of different ways to connect to get up here. There's paths down to Sai Kung and the other side to Man Shan. If you're feeling exhausted, you're never more than 4 kilometers away from civilization downhill. It also connects to the Wilson Trail further on, and to Kowloon Peak if you want to check that out. I'm about 9 kilometers into the trail now, so that was 4 to go until the end of the section. But actually I'm going to continue on a little bit onto section 5 because that gives me an option to get some more drinks, as there's not much at the end of this section. So I've just reached Buffalo Pass. It's 2.4 kilometers left until the end of the section. But actually I want to let you know that from here there's an ancient trail that goes down to the area kind of between Sai Kung and Clearwater Bay Road. And down there's this ancient abandoned village with its ancestral hall. It's really quite interesting if you have time to go off the path for a little while. But I want to keep going because time's getting on. I've wasted a bit of time flying a drone around and taking some breaks to enjoy the scenery. So let's keep going. Almost at the end of section 4 now. So that's the end of the section 4 of MacLehose Trail. Section 5 starts here. And I'm going to start doing that now because on the way to do section 5, I want to cut off the start and cheat a little bit. And also along section 5 is where I can find some nice cold drinks. And I really need one right now. Hope you enjoyed it. Along the stage 5 of the MacLehose here. And there's this junction which sends you the trail up this path up Tits Cairn. And I don't really feel like doing that today. I don't need another mountain view, so I'm just going to continue behind the mountain here, and it'll join up nicely onto the same path again in about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Back in the MacLehose Trail again, and perfect place to catch a taxi or an Uber if you think you're going to be lucky. And it's just a nice road all the way to Sha Tin Pass, where I'm going to get some refreshments, and then that carries me all the way down to Wong Tai Sin Station. Up Sha Tin Pass now. I reached the restaurant. I was really looking forward to having some cold drinks and realized they don't take octopus cards or any kind of electric payment, so I have to go a little bit further now. But the good news is it's only 2.2 kilometers downhill to Wong Tai Sin down here. So we've done 17 already. By the time I get down to the MTR, that'll be 19 kilometers. And it was pretty enjoyable, well recommended.